You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Mayweather has once again set the boxing world on fire. Right after Canelo Alvarez's shocking defeat, Mayweather called out Terence Bud Crawford. The undefeated legend made it clear he's ready for another high-stakes showdown. And now fans are asking, are we about to witness one of the biggest fights in history?
All-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. Like, you only have to win 7, 10, 9 rounds clear, and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously, he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes, never got put down. And he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
September 13th, 2025, inside Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Terence Crawford delivered a performance for the ages. Moving up to weight classes, he dominated Canelo Alvarez from start to finish, with lightning footwork, razor-sharp combos, and brilliant ring IQ. Crawford neutralized Canelo's size and power, becoming the undisputed super middleweight champion. By unanimous decision.
What did you think? What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was gonna go. I didn't think the weight was gonna be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record as saying I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was gonna go. And I knew that Bud was only gonna get stronger and get bolder, and start to wear him down because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He hands down. He the best. He the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease. Right? You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was I'm sorry, not Canelo. Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to the Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to take that into consideration.
Here's the twist: Mayweather knew it all along. He bet $50,000 on Crawford to win as an underdog at plus 148 odds. When Bud's hand was raised, Floyd cashed out a jaw-dropping $124,000. That wasn't just a bet, it was a statement of pure confidence and boxing genius.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't expect anything different.
After the fight, Mayweather crowned Crawford the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, praising his skills, discipline, and ability to dominate across divisions. Coming from the greatest defensive fighter ever, that's no small compliment.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as #1.
Crawford has always admired Floyd not just for his skills, but for how he built his career and controlled his legacy. Over the years, Floyd has given Bud valuable advice, and Bud actually applied it. Their relationship is more than respect, it's a bond between two warriors chasing immortality.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat his.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, man.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, beat his ass. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Then came the bombshell. At a press conference, Canelo admitted, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." Fans were stunned. Remember, Canelo's first loss came at the hands of Mayweather back in 2013 when Canelo was young, undefeated, and in his prime. Now, after losing to Crawford, Canelo put Bud above Floyd.
It's with Fight Hub TV right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
It's my
two,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine, so I cannot think in that way. But I try my best tonight.
And lastly, for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
That didn't sit well with Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle. He clapped back, saying Canelo's comments were just a way to make his own losses look better. Jeff argued that Floyd beat Canelo when he was at his best, and that Mayweather's defense is still untouchable.
Well, also, if we remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20 something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo was saying what he's saying.
Want
to make himself look like he did something great.
Trainer Greg Hackett has entered the Floyd Mayweather versus Terence Crawford debate. And his verdict is clear: Mayweather is still the superior fighter. Hackett praised Crawford's dominant win over Canelo Alvarez, but said it doesn't push him past Floyd. In his view, Mayweather's legendary defense and ring IQ are unmatched, and that's what sets him apart. While Hackett respects Crawford's skill, he stressed that Mayweather's undefeated record and dominance across multiple weight classes give him the edge in the all-time rankings. For Hackett, Crawford is great, but Floyd's legacy remains untouchable.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought.
Yeah.
In the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring.
Yeah.
Who's the better fighter, Jay?
Of course, you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great to me.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has shut down Canelo Alvarez's claim that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. in Hearn's eyes. Crawford's resume simply doesn't stack up against Mayweather's legendary body of work. He explained that many of Crawford's opponents were already past their prime when Bud faced them, while Mayweather consistently beat elite fighters at the top of their game. Yes, Crawford's win over Canelo was massive, but Hearn insists it can't compare to the long list of world-class names Mayweather defeated across multiple divisions. For Hearn, Mayweather's record isn't just great, it's the gold standard, and Crawford still has a long way to go before he can touch it.
Fight. Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault. His resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. He's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, you know, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. You know, even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. You know, I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, you know, Gamboa. You know, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo. Like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. Yeah. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
Carmel Martin doubled down, saying Mayweather will always be the GOAT. Undefeated, untouchable, a career built on perfection. He praised Crawford's win, but reminded everyone true greatness is about longevity and flawless dominance. And that's still Floyd's crown.
Where do you sit with this? Because 2 pound-for-pound greats of this era. Canelo, we see the resume. Crawford, you know, 2-time undisputed. Potentially this weekend becomes 3. I've said in a few interviews, is it skills pay the bills, or does a good big man beat a good little man? How do you see it?
I feel like the skills pay the bills, you know, and I feel like Crawford's not that much littler than Canelo. You know, we've seen in the face-off that they're around the same size, if not Crawford like a little bigger than. Yeah, for sure. So, you know, really just we're gonna see tomorrow, you know, how it plays out. Whoever the better man is that night, I feel like will win. You know, I feel like it's even playing fields, and you know, both guys coming ready. So we're just gonna have to see.
If Terence does win this, a lot of people are saying that puts him as the greatest of all time. Now, I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd, and a lot of people are saying Floyd is the greatest. But does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonard's, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well, because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. You know, of course, nobody will ever. I feel like Floyd will always be the greatest of all time.
Crawford, however, took the high road. He said each fighter belongs to their own era. Floyd was the best in his time, and he's the best in his. Bud isn't chasing comparisons, he's building his own legacy. Meanwhile, his trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre told fans that Bud deserves rest after the biggest win of his career. No rush, no pressure, just time to enjoy history.
And you know what? We're going to get back in the gym. We're going to get back in the gym, and we're going to assess that. And, you know, right now, I just want him to go on vacation, have some fun, spend time with his family, man, because we trained for like probably a half a year for that fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time spent away from home, a lot of time spent away from the family. So I just want him to just go get back home. You went for you? Yeah. Hello. And for you? Man, maybe it's a thing. Appreciate you. What you saying about training a half a year? You trained almost a half a year for that fight. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was so sharp. You know, everybody.
But not everyone was satisfied. Bernie Thighboxer, a close Crawford ally, blasted the judges, saying Bud's dominance wasn't properly reflected on the scorecards. He insisted Crawford completely controlled the fight, and that the scores should have been even wider.
This the second time he destroyed every myth. Can he take the punch? He's strong. Is this guy too strong? Man, he did everything. He did everything. Didn't he? Stood and fought with him. See how he
Was in the pocket. Was in the pocket.
turned him. Did everything. Talking about he too strong. Turned him a couple times. Pushed it. Crawford the best, man.
Mayweather, of course, knows this story well. He beat Canelo in 2013 in one of his finest performances. Now, watching Crawford dismantle the same man, Floyd sees an opportunity. By calling out Bud, he's not just stirring hype, he's reminding the world that Money Mayweather still believes he can share the ring with the very best.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was when he was probably
he
at
was
his prime,
in his
right?
prime, yeah.
Prime, and you're only 23.
20.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because beat him. If you beat him, you wanna be the best in the world. 23, so imagine that. But he was the better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter, so